What's up?
Hey, what's going on, James?
What's happening? So this stream's gonna get a little confusing because when someone says James, I'm not gonna be too certain if they're talking to me or Mr. Sweet.
So I should just call you Jimmy?
Please.
All right, I'll call you Jimmy then.
Thank you.
I'll call you Jimmy. What are we doing tonight? Are we having a special presentation of My Special Boy? No?
How dare you, dude?
No, we're not doing that?
No, not today.
Oh.
We are here to talk about one of the best fan films ever made, Jason Rising.
I love Jason Rising, and you know this.
I do. I love it. It's seriously, it may be my favorite Friday the 13th fan film. It may be, dude. Like it's really hard for me to decide which is my favorite. You know, I'm a big fan of, In the Snow.
Yep.
But there's something about this, like, and I don't want to be one of those people who make comparisons with these fan films, because it becomes a toxic environment at that point. But I can't help but find that Jason Rising feels a little bit more Friday the 13th to me.
I agree.
And that's all with respect to all the other ones. That's not what I mean. It's just that's why I like it so much.
Yeah, I mean, it takes, firsthand how much work it takes to make one of these. So gotta respect any of the Friday the 13th fan films that are out there. But I'm biased because Jason Rising is my favorite one over the Never Hike films. Nothing against Vincent DeSanti. They're really good movies, but I'm a huge Jason Rising guy. So me and you both thought it was a good idea to have the director, James Sweet, on here to do a live commentary of this beautiful film. And he might bring some special guests along the way. So let's bring up James Sweet right now. Hey,
guys.
James.
Hey, James.
How you doing? Thank you for the kind words. I appreciate all of that. And
no problem.
And thanks for having me on again and talking about the movie. And it's great. And like you said, it's funny is that when you do one of these fan films, within the Friday the 13th realm, it feels like you instantly get put into this world Friday the 13th fan film competition.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's tough to sometimes, because there are different levels of experience, different levels of ideas, different levels of filmmaking.
Mm-hmm.
And that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. People learn. And, at the end of the day, anybody who does one, as long as it's all for the best intentions and for the love of the franchise, that's all that matters.
Yep.
Exactly. It sucks, dude, because like before I was doing a fan film or anything, I was doing YouTube reviews. So then I got into becoming a fan film maker or a filmmaker. And then it's like, well, if I start saying certain things about certain Friday the 13th movies, then people are going to instantly be like, oh, well, he's making his, so he's going to say this about this movie. And it makes it hard for me to be honest with certain things, because I know how hard it is to be a filmmaker, how hard it is to make film on any level. And I know that it takes a lot of heart and passion. And with Jason Rising, I can see all of that there. And I really enjoyed the movie.
Thank you.
Yep.
Yeah. And, it's a culmination of being a fan first and foremost, and, and being a actor, filmmaker second. And just as you know, it's a long, grueling road at times. And not only that, but you have to instantly be a crowdfunding guru, right, and wade your way through all of that stuff, just to even get the film made.
Yep.
So, it's a tough environment, but if you're passionate and willing, and just see it through, you'll make a movie.
Hell yeah. And it looks like James brought somebody else with him, one of the stars of Jason Rising, Carl Vahan. I hope I'm saying it right. You'll correct me if I'm not.
Kyle Vahan, thanks for having us, guys. Much appreciated.
Sheriff Daughtry in the house.
There he is.
The sheriff.
How's it going, man? How's your Sunday?
It's going well. And thank you very much for the kind words as well. James and I are on the same page on that. we don't look to compete with other fan films.
Mhm.
And it's funny. I just, not on purpose, accidentally rewatched Jason Rising last night. I got a call from a friend who said, "Stop by, Kyle." And next thing you know, we were sitting in the back deck, and he plugged in his TV on the back deck on a nice summer night, and we rewatched Jason Rising, and I'm still picking up on details that I missed the first, second, third, fourth, fifth time. So thanks for having us.
No problem. No problem. Like me and James said, we love this movie and figured why not bring some people on who help make this thing and make it a reality. So we really appreciate you guys coming on to hang out with us and watch this amazing fan film.
No, it's definitely our pleasure, and you know, like Kyle says, you when you give it a little bit of time to breathe, you can separate yourself, the parent, and just kind of let it grow, and you can kind of see something you didn't see about it before, from a different perspective, I guess.
Right. That makes sense.
We're actually coming up on the 1 year since the final shots.
Ooh.
And then the premiere was in August of last year. So
Nice.
time has flown by.
It really has. I remember watching the final trailer. Was it last June? Last July?
Probably somewhere around there.
And I remember watching it in like the internal My Special Boy team. I'm not trying to throw my name out there or my movie out there, but all of us were in anticipation for it, and all of us were like, "Dude, this looks fucking killer," and it was. So yeah, we were all excited for you as well.
Shameless self-promotion, nothing wrong with it.
No, I wasn't trying to.
Shameless plug, love it. All right, so let me try to pull this up. Me and James tested this last night. It worked perfectly streaming quality wise, so let's see. Hopefully it does the same thing. Let's pull it up.
I loved your guys' Pamela, by the way.
Oh, thank you. No, Alex did a great job.
Let me see.
She, when we first got Alex involved, it was the fact that she had been a model. And she'd done like full body airbrush makeup and things like that. So we knew she would be able to handle wearing the prosthetic and all the makeup involved. Because not everybody can. Some people are uncomfortable with that.
Yeah.
And then we pushed it a little further. She, one day she changes her hair a lot because she's a model. And I remember she got her hair cut, and I saw this blonde, shorter look, and I was like, God, she looks like a younger version of Pamela. I think she could pull this off. So we went with it, and it was her first time ever saying lines. And it hats off to her, especially because how it is. This is a pretty sacred character for Friday the 13th fans. So you have to just have faith in your cast and what direction you want to take them and go for it.
Yeah, totally. Is everything working out on your end, Facci?
Yeah, it was. I just had to take it out of the studio and then bring it back in, but it's working now.
What the fuck's going on? Okay,
so
cool.
Whenever you guys are ready, I'll go ahead and push play on this puppy.
Let's get to it.
I'm ready.
All right. If you're watching, I'm assuming if you're watching at home on YouTube, anybody, you're obviously watching what we got. But if you're watching on your Blu-ray or whatever, the beautiful Blu-ray that we got, somebody asked me to do a review on it. I'll have to do one soon. Somebody's been keep requesting that, so it's something I got to do. That little thank you card that came with it, it's like the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. I'm not gonna lie,
dude.
Yeah,
I reached out to
Cool.
James. I was like, dude, what size is this? This thing's like amazing. Yeah, I'm taking your idea because I'm gonna do the same thing.
Cool. Yeah, no, it was just something I thought would be fun especially for Adrian to have at conventions as well. And we just make these two-sided postcards, and I thought what better way to just say thank you to everyone after especially the long wait trying to get all these Blu-rays out. And it's kind of a struggle. You have 6 campaigns, you're wading your way through and trying I just have limited time within my work schedule and home stuff, and I just try to do what I can and get as many out as possible. And
Mhm.
you know, we're just about wrapped up. I'm hoping to be done before August.
Nice, dude.
But-
Hell yeah.
But we'll see. We'll see. Fingers crossed.
They're crossed. All right, let's do this. 3, 2, 1, let's go.
We you good?
It's not playing, is it?
No.
Freaking figures, man. We did this last night. It's saying the thing's moving.
Nothing's moving, my man.
I don't understand. I'm gonna have to drop it. I knew this was gonna happen.
So what does that mean?
Okay. Oh, dude, it's doing what we didn't want it to do.
Do we know why this is happening?
No, I do not, because my internet is 5 bars. So,
That means it's good.
maybe I fixed it now.
Yeah, it's a little bit better, I would say. Now, question: do you have like a bunch of tabs open in regards to like your browser? Because you could be eating up some of your RAM.
No, I don't.
Okay. Well, I tried.
Dang it is lagging. Let me see. This is not going good, dude. Let's see. So I know whenever we did It To Me, Billy, it was bad in the beginning, and it did get a little better.
It needed buffering or something.
My dad told me a story once.
Sorry if my stuff's too loud.
Damn it.
A story of a vengeful mother and the death of her son, Jason.
It's lagging bad.
I didn't believe it at first.
Damn it.
Now, is it your internet? Because if it's
This
your
town
internet,
has a
then
dark
maybe I should-
history.
No, my
Covers it like a thick fog.
signal's strong.
Some say Jason never died.
We never watched it. Well, last time we had. Oh, you fucker. I wonder if you can bring the movie up from your end. Are you able to add stuff in?
Legend goes on Friday the 13th, 1984.
Because I know you added something in before and it worked.
Yeah, let me.
Return
Okay, I'm
to
going to
Crystal
download the
Lake.
movie real quick.
Because I can't do this.
He killed 37
Go
people
and pause it.
and was fatally
We'll
wounded.
break
Yeah.
back and forth a little bit, and then we'll get this thing rolling. I'm sorry, guys.
See,
Jesus.
this is a prime example of why you buy the Blu-ray.
Exactly.
By the way, earlier, James Sweet, I cringed a little bit when you mentioned Adrian because we did a pretty good job keeping that a secret for so long that I still jump a little bit when anyone says anything. And I'm good at keeping secrets. Not everyone necessarily is, but when James Sweet mentioned Adrian's name earlier, which was amazing and a story into itself, how James Sweet was able to bring her on board, I cringed because I kept it a secret for so long. It's not a secret anymore. She's on one of the cover arts, but I thought that was funny. I had to say something about that, James.
Yeah, no, I mean, just it's been surreal, you know, being able to connect with, as you know, such a big icon in the franchise, and you know, getting to know her, you know, getting to know Amy a little bit. It's been cool, you know. I'm not gonna lie. And you find out about some of the behind the scenes of Friday the 13th.
Ultra
you know, you kind of geek out a little bit, and you dig in a little bit deeper than you normally would once you get that connection. And so I ask a lot of questions.
That must have been really cool. I didn't see that coming at all while watching this film, and then to see Adrian and then to hear Amy Steele, that was pretty amazing stuff at the end of the movie for sure. I really liked it.
Yeah, and I always had this idea that the Ginny Field character would be some sort of psychiatric doctor for either like Tommy Jarvis or anybody in that survivor community, because it just makes sense because that's where she was headed. you know, with her child psychology stuff. It just made a lot of sense.
Jonathan Davis asks, where'd it go?
Jonathan Davis from Korn?
From Korn?
Did she bring any of her Camp Crystal Lake wine out?
Absolutely. She brought me 6 bottles.
Oh, nice.
And kudos to the gentleman that mentioned that, because not everyone knows about that. And Adrian King has a nice spread in Southern Oregon.
Nice. I'm getting a lot of love. So Michael says, I just watched the Blu-ray this weekend. Great to see the special features. And they said the same thing I did. That thank you card was freaking amazing. So that seems to be a popular thing. Jason Vader says he's seen it about 15 times already. So
all right,
that's a lot.
Hopefully tonight will be 16.
Hopefully is the word.
Hopefully, yeah. This is downloading at a snail's pace.
Yours too?
Yeah.
I don't understand.
I swear, guys, we had this prepped last night. We tested it out. It was all running smooth and everything. And now we're here and it's like, oh, well.
It's got a death curse.
It's got a death curse. I love it.
You're right.
It's actually good luck that something's going wrong. And you know, life is what happens in between the plans, especially during any type of production like this, including.
Mm-hmm.
We had some hiccups on set more than once, didn't we, James?
No, everything went smooth and perfect.
Yep.
By the numbers. Yeah, that was great.
100%. No doubt about it.
Okay, so it's downloading right now. It's just going to take a few minutes.
Okay. Jason Vader says, this definitely gave me vibes of part 3.
Sweet.
I don't know about that. Obviously, final chapter vibes, but maybe a little bit part 3.
Sprinkled a little bit of all of them.
Sprinkled into
somewhere.
one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's a good. And by the way, the Jason in this movie, A+. Definitely one of the best fan film Jasons I've ever seen. So,
yeah,
props to you.
Dan will love to hear that. I think he's trying to get on here shortly. He just text me, so I think Dan will be with us here soon.
All right. Downloading, Jimmy?
Yeah, it is. At a very slow effing pace.
I don't understand. I mean, like I said, I could try to stream it from YouTube straight up, but I think that would be worse.
You know what? Why don't you try that and then
try it anyway?
Yeah, and I'll still keep downloading this just in case. Whatever.
Hey, I don't know why it was lagging.
Yeah, let's try from YouTube.
We were on the ball last night, and now it's all messed up.
It was great, dude. It was all running superb. I was like, oh god, it's actually not
terrible.
lagging.
And I'm pretty sure I even downloaded a lower version. I didn't even do the 1080 because I thought that would help.
I'm just very confused why mine's going so slow, considering the fact that my speeds are like over 200. So this makes no sense.
It must be the curse.
Hey, James Sweet, you mentioned that Adrian King shared with you some behind the scenes stories from the film she was on. Is any of that information safe to share?
Absolutely not.
Okay. Never know unless you ask. Right, guys?
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not. Mum's the word.
Let's see.
Must have been pretty private stuff.
Oh, it's the TMZ stuff.
Oh yeah, gotcha.
Damn.
Politics and all that drama behind the scenes.
No, I mean most of it. We pretty much you talk about the same stuff and things that she's shared on interviews time and again. That kind of thing. I know that we tried really hard to get Amy on camera as well at one point, but I know she has her practice and she's very, it's sounding more and more like she's not willing to go back on camera.
Oh, okay.
So I was very content with getting the voice.
Mhm.
She was more than happy to do, the voiceover. She liked the idea of what we were doing with it. So that was cool. Because when I had a long phone conversation with Adrian, we had discussed it, and I had, I'd mentioned something about maybe leaving a message or some type of phone recording for her, and she's like, absolutely, I'll we'll make that happen, and it worked out.
Nice.
Let me see.
How are we looking,
All right.
Mr. Matthew?
All right, I just got it up, so now I'm going to try to share it again.
Sweetness.
See if this works. This is not making me very happy.
Yeah.
Let's see. I can't promise this is going to work either.
Okay.
Let's
It's
see.
okay. We'll get this going.
Let's see. I just don't understand. Like I said, it's got the 5 bars. It's just not. I don't know why it's doing this. All right, let's see. I have a feeling it's going to lag, but we're going to give it a shot.
My dad told me a story once.
Well, first off, got to get rid of those Spanish
A
subtitles.
story of a vengeful mother and the death of her son, Jason.
I think it's happening still, yeah.
I didn't believe it at first. But this town has a dark history. Covers up in thick fog.
Still,
Seems a little better.
Some say Jason.
I mean, not for me.
Really?
Yes.
No one knows for sure.
Well,
It's
what
not
about
playing?
for you two? It's playing. It's just like
Legend goes on
I think it was-
Friday the 13th,
I think it was worse whenever I had it.
Returned to Crystal Lake. He killed 37 people and was fatally wounded by a 12-year-old boy. But that wasn't the end.
Kyle has the greatest narration voice.
It is so good.
Thank you, James. James threw me in the recording booth, told me to say words, and I said them. Say the words.
Well, originally we had it, when Vinny and I were writing together, he came up with this little Chiron idea of doing, in and out of
out here, Sheriff?
sort of the story. And I thought, well, why don't we just do a narration instead? And it worked out. Similar to what we did in Blood and Sugar.
Let me see. I'm trying to make sure the volume's not too loud so we can hear each other.
There's Patrick Green.
I love that fog in the background.
Yeah, we had our fun with fog, that's for sure.
I was gonna say that, yeah.
But I
Did you see the look on
wanted
that Jarvis kid's face?
fog to feel like
Fucked up too. I found my mom dead in a bathtub.
dead fog, where it was a part
Yeah,
of
lifetime
the
therapy.
curse and the darkness around that territory.
Mhm.
Should have been a fireman.
Was this the original fog recipe at this point, James?
Yes. That was always my intention from the beginning.
Get in there and
Mhm.
lock it up.
And this was our first weekend of
Lock it
shooting.
up.
When Vinny came
Jesus
down,
Christ.
we shot for
Toss me the lock.
3 days, and it was a long, brutal weekend, but it was great. Really set the tone for the film.
Good riddance. God damn it! Holy shit! He said he was dead! Get me out of there!
And of course, that's Vinny inside the crate.
Oh yeah.
It was our way to utilize having Jason and Dan in the same scene.
Mm. Jason Vader says, when I saw it the second time, this film felt like a Netflix movie. That's how good it was.
Wow, it's a huge compliment.
It is.
It would be lovely to have something on Netflix one day when the rights situation gets settled, right?
Yeah. One of these days. It's been a very long time, so I think people are a lot more receptive to the fan films than they probably were before, because who knows when we'll get another Friday the 13th movie.
Yeah, I mean, if they settle out the money differences, and then it's going to move super fast.
Yeah.
So you never know. You never know what'll happen. But these are, like, right here, these are some beautiful drone shots that Carl did.
Hey, it's downloaded. Do you want me to try sharing it?
Yeah, we could do that. What are we at?
What's the timestamp?
Timestamp is 6 minutes and 10 seconds.
Okay.
It's weird though, because if I'm on YouTube watching it, it was going great, but when I'm in the stream, it's lagging.
I just put it up right now.
I see it.
Sweet.
Let me take mine out. Man, this is a pain in the ass. We
is.
apologize.
Yes.
Is Dan in the waiting room by chance?
No, he's not.
Okay, I'll
Let's
find out
see.
what's going on with him.
Oh, he's there right now, actually.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, perfect timing.
There you go. How's it playing for you guys?
Good.
I think it's still lagging.
Stop looking at me like I'm crazy.
It looks good over here.
Never meant to let you down.
It's pretty smooth for me.
I'm sorry, son. I'm sorry.
Should we bring up Dan?
You'll be happy to know things are going pretty well down at the station.
Yeah, it's too loud.
Not that it's up to your standards,
Hey,
This is
Kyle.
not
Oh,
working.
hey, Dan, how's
but
it
I have
going?
everything under control.
Hey, Dan.
Hi, Dan.
Other than the occasional lost dog, it's actually pretty boring.
We're
Welcome.
just getting going, Dan.
What else?
Trying.
Huh. Eve's finally starting to take
Does it
this
look
job
okay for you, Matt?
seriously.
Todd's.
Really have
Everybody
no
says
idea
it's
why
going
she joined
smooth
the
except for
department
me.
in the first place.
Oh, okay. Totally. It looks like it's smooth on your
I'm just gonna have to deal with it, I guess.
phone. Frank Dormani, what's going on, brother? Love that
Hey, so
guy.
what's up? Sorry, I mean, go for Glover.
You see the sheriff this morning?
Kyle,
No, I haven't
what's
seen him
it
today.
like watching
I
yourself
know there's a 187
act on screen? Is it because I know a lot of
Yeah,
actors
sure,
or
okay,
some
we'll be
actors
there.
don't like to watch their performance. They'll do everything they can to avoid
Hey,
it.
Pete?
So what's it like for you?
Where the hell are
It's a
you?
great question. If I've seen the performance before, I'm much more comfortable watching it again. I'm a little bit nervous when I haven't seen the
Yeah,
final
they need us over at
product.
the corrections
Like when
farm
we
ASAP.
premiered this at the Hollywood Theater last August,
Can you bring me some more coffee?
I had seen a few clips in here and there, but I was a little concerned. And but it turned out well. And I try not to be hard on myself, but I am. And I actually, at one point during the premiere, turned to the girl that I was with and said, "Hey, you know what? This is really good, and I'm doing a pretty good job. I'm not stinking up the place here." So
There you go. I thought it was good too.
I thought everybody's performance was freaking fantastic in this movie. I mean, it sounds bad, like I'm trying to blow smoke up your guys' asses since it's your film, but it's honest truth for real.
think we'll take the smoke. All the smoke you want to blow, we'll take it.
So James, where is this filmed at right here?
This is, as you can see, the two gals dumping the bale of hay and the guy on the ATV. That is my aunt and uncle, and this is their place.
Oh.
So they were kind enough to put up with me and my antics for 3 years and let me kind of have the run of the place. And I don't think this film would have happened without it.
That's awesome.
So yes, definitely some wonderful support from the family side to make this work.
A group of convicts killed this corrections officer.
Oof.
You guys know this area better than we do.
So
Hate it when that happens.
You gotta tell me the story on this, because the penis is it's
We're here to help.
so
we can.
like why?
So okay, so the idea of the kill initially was to kind of pay homage to Part 5 and the Deborah Voorhees
The shears.
kill with the shears. And I was shopping around for some, silicone parts, like a hand and stuff like that for my scene and whatnot. And they had these silicone penises for. It was like a $25 prop. I'm like, that's a cheap gag. How could I use that? And instantly I thought, well, this could be an easy insert. And it would be a little shock and awe, and we could throw in some dick jokes along the way, and there you have it. That's it.
No, it was shock and awe for sure. No, so I don't think the story explains it, but do the three young ladies, were the three ladies? I think it was. It's been a while since I've seen this, but the three ladies, did he try to do anything to them, and in retaliation they did that and then they took off, or did they just do that because that was premeditated?
Well, I think the way it went in my head was they kind of took advantage of them.
Okay.
And that was their way out.
Okay.
Not to mention, one of them has a cell phone now.
Yeah.
So that was kind of my little backstory. We wanted to shoot little flashes of what had happened, but again, time and money.
No, for sure. Yeah, no, I took it. I mean, because we can all kind of perceive this differently. I thought maybe like he tried something and they took it to the extreme of cutting that off rather than cutting off his hand or slicing his throat, and and then they used that and they were already planning to get away, and yeah.
Well, think of it like this: Serena is the mastermind behind that whole escape. So she's gonna plot all the bad stuff.
Gotcha.
To get her way.
That makes sense. And the canoe scene right here, I absolutely love the atmosphere and everything. Like, where was that filmed on your family's property?
No, so we shot our water stuff in a couple different areas. One of them was closer out by where I live, out in Woodland, Washington, and some of the other lake stuff was out in Battleground, Washington. And that was a piece that was, we'd shot quite a bit out in Woodland, in the woods there. A couple different spots, but a lot of that area is what I was referring to earlier was kind of flooded out now, but that is off of Lewis River.
Nice.
Jed, this is Bear. Do you copy? Jed, do you copy?
I'll agree with what Matt was saying earlier. Overall, all around, the acting in this film, it's pretty solid. It's a pretty solid performance from everybody.
Yeah, no, I was lucky to know the great talent around Portland that I do know, and that our friends that like Dan and Kyle, and I had them in another short film that we'd worked on where I got to know them better, and we kind of had the same acting coach with Christina Haddad, who did the evil voice of Pam. So and you learn about more people in the community through acting classes and through my friend Robert Blanche as well, and where I met Jerry Bell. And the Portland community of actors is a good group of people, and they're dedicated to their craft, and there's a lot of talent out there.
Do you hear anything?
Yeah, no, it looks like you picked yourself up a really good team, and of course, Mr. Dan Kyle over there portraying Jason Voorhees. I love the performance, like Matt was saying earlier. It's very Part 4-ish.
Oh, thank you.
Definitely got that Ted White feel to him.
Oh,
Which is my favorite Jason.
Yeah, that was trying to, figure out, how does Jason move? How do we want him to move? Do we necessarily want him to emulate another actor or type of character? So, kind of after a while of playing, doing screen tests and stuff, and I kind of clammed on to Richard Brooker and Ted White are my two kind of favorite. And, Friday the 13th, 3 and 4 are actually my favorites and kind of the favorite part. And I love those actors. I love the costumes, the wardrobe that they're both wearing. So I was falling into that type of those kind of Jasons a little bit, but still trying to emulate something that both James, Carl, and I, and Vincent and everybody thought was a little bit more of my own or a little bit different, but still kind of had a little bit of shout out to those guys or those two Jasons a little bit. So, but I definitely wanted to emulate a little bit of my persona or my whatever. With also with a little bit of Ted White and Richard Brooker as well. Yeah, it was fun. And I think eventually we worked out some things and we got something that we really liked and we went with it.
Nice. No, I think you did a great job, man.
Thank you. Thank you.
And the actress who plays Pamela, like, she's really good. She has like this nice little mixture of like beauty and ultra scary.
Yeah, no, she because of how she does her modeling, she already has a way to portray emotion without saying anything. And Alex, she's able to just show that. And I know she did her homework on watching Betsy Palmer and really prepping for the role by trying to emulate her as much as she could for such a short amount of time that I kind of threw her into it. She did good. I'm proud of her. This is Evelyn Gale.
If you make a part 2, is she going to return?
Yes.
Cool. Now,
no spoilers.
No spoilers. Now, I couldn't help but notice this, and maybe I'm wrong here, but I can't help but notice, like, when they're outside of the Crystal Lake area or wherever this is at, everything seems less foggy, but around this area, everything is a little bit more intense with the atmosphere. Was that intentional?
Yes. That's that curse, taking over, where Pamela, at this point, her rage and her revenge is the curse. So all that darkness that she emulates is, encompassed by this evil fog.
I gotta be honest, some of these shots, like, I don't know why, but I get this weird Tim Burton sort of vibe.
Well, and that, I wanted it to have a fun horror movie kind of feel with some of this stuff, because you can only, especially with the budget that we have, we can only do so many things effects wise. So you have to, how do you paint that picture and make it believable?
Right.
Wow.
So you add this like Sam Raimi feel to it rather than trying to make this perfect effect.
Yeah, Sam Raimi, that'd be like, I'm getting like those Tim Burton vibes, Sam Raimi kind of like, creepy kind of look. And I think what's cool about it is that it is unique in comparison to the other fan films, the actual films within the franchise. It kind of stands out as its own little thing, and I really like that.
Yeah, thanks. And it's just, we just wanted to kind of have a unique story that still paid tribute to all the original stuff.
Yeah.
But again, having our own flavor and voice. And that's kind of one of the reasons why we kind of took on the with the Jason look, adding some of the black blood, giving him more of that Evil Dead type vibe where it's a step further from the Ted White, but not quite the Jason Lives zombie.
Yeah.
Not that I have anything against that.
Yeah.
I love you, Tom McLaughlin.
Wow.
Michael Hudon says they definitely need to give the franchise to these guys.
That would be lovely.
What?
I would just be happy if the franchise will continue.
There you go. I agree.
Agree with that.
I love
But
how
I think it will. I think it will.
It will in time, for sure. I
Yeah.
just think it's going to take time.
God, is he so good? And he's pretty much identical almost to Ted White. It's pretty insane.
Dude, legit.
Me and Kyle, did you ever feel bad terrifying and murdering all these nice people?
Well, they're all friends, but yeah, it's fun. I mean,
I think Dan was glad we pulled it off. Some of these kills could have been hit or miss, If you don't do them right and edit it right, and it just doesn't work.
Just walked on my grave.
Can you tell me about the
lake
jumping out
shot
water?
there, that was a one-shot deal.
Oh, the water.
Yeah, because
It was good.
it was really cold.
That was in October.
Oh, wow.
Probably should go and try and find Bear soon.
That was a tough one.
Curious.
But
Why didn't you go with him in the first place?
and everybody they were troopers, and Lisa was excellent. She was really great to work with, but dipping in there for a little bit. It was cold. That was a cold one.
Give me 1 second.
Yeah,
But it looked great when we got it, so.
We were losing light, so you couldn't dry her off and start over. It was just you had to get it. It was one and done. We had 2 or 3 cameras rolling, and we just made the best of it.
Yeah.
Nice.
But I thought it was great.
Beautiful shot.
Yeah. Now, in the trailer of him pulling the boat, in the trailer there was a different angle, wasn't it? Than it was done in the final product.
The original trailer that we had was a completely different girl, and it was more of a concept. And so we redid that concept to fit the story and the right, with the actress, with Lisa Sorensen and her character. So we just redid it, just keeping that idea in mind.
I'm sure the fugitives will just wait for us.
Do you remember, James, whose idea that was with pulling the rope deal?
That was mine.
I'll start with this one.
I had kind of storyboarded that idea to Carl when we were shooting concept stuff, and we just said, let's go out to the battleground and let's shoot it.
Hey, I have a question for all three of you guys. Jason Vader says he has a question for you. Would you guys ever consider doing a Halloween film or a nightmare film?
I mean, I would love to do either one.
Yeah, if James Sweet was writing and directing it, I absolutely would.
Yeah, I'd love to.
There you go.
It'd be kind of Michael Myers would be another. That'd be a fun character to play. I don't know. I play the shape too, but that would.
I think it'd be easier to do a Halloween because you know it's tough to find the right person to emulate Fred Krueger.
Yeah.
That'd be a tough one to get that.
Dan would be great as Michael Myers.
There actually was a comment earlier that said Kyle kind of gave them Robert Englund vibes, so you might have them on your hands right there.
Nice. Thank you.
Christ! Lover! Thanks for the heart attack. Is anyone else with you?
This was a fun night. It was a hot night. I think it was probably 100 degrees that night. We shot.
Yeah.
Good, you deserve it.
I really scared you, didn't I?
Dan walked in. That was like 28 degrees.
Oh my god.
It's also a great shot.
Not funny. Another cluster of cabins beyond that.
And you guys shot this using the Blackmagic Pocket 4K?
Yeah, we had 3 of those.
Nice.
And
Here's a
then,
really good camera.
It was great because you could have one. Carl had his backpack rig, and we have one on a Ronin. So it was nice. They're great cameras.
So did you have all 3 on different things so that when it comes time to shoot it in a certain way, you can just pick it up and just go right to it, and rather than having to detach it and then?
For the most part, yeah, but also too because we had when it got later into the shoot, we had 3 people on camera. We had Carl Winnery, Freddie Heath, and then Matt Wilcott. So we had 3 people running camera.
Mm-hmm.
And also Carl's brother, Sean.
Those gals are going to be greeting us with milk and cookies.
Nice.
That's too bad. I'm kind of hungry.
Josh, I'm sorry, Josh.
Hey, Sheriff.
He's got 2 brothers.
This is Jed. You got a copy?
Jason Bader says the way you guys made this film and feel to it, I feel like you could do a Texas Chainsaw Massacre film.
Well, thank you, and yeah, that'd be great. And you have to create that vibe. It's a horror movie, so you want it to feel cold and isolated, and and I coming from doing haunted houses and things of that nature and loving horror, I think one of the films that really sets the tone for this type of feel is Pumpkinhead.
Oh yeah,
really has that that foggy forest feel.
Yeah.
No, nothing yet. Call me as soon as you do.
Even though it's California and probably 130 degrees.
Fuck me. I knew she would fucking ditch us. Keep heading down. What small noise are we caught? I think she's coming back for us.
There's Elizabeth and Jenny, and those girls were great. We had it was a pretty warm summer when we shot this stuff, and I remember both of them were kind of getting eaten alive by ants.
Ooh.
And we had to take breaks and get the ants off them, and
I love how
one
you guys
doesn't work, the next one will.
I know, right? I love how you guys made his nails. Like they just look disgusting and long, like Ted White's were, and just you guys just matched that look up so well. Now, did you use a latex hood or a silicone hood?
It was silicone.
Calm down.
Nice.
I mean, it always has the look and feel of flesh.
Yeah.
And moves properly. It doesn't crinkle like latex does. The nails were, the nails were a must. I know Dan would attest as far as them being comfortable. They were kind of a pain in the ass, and sometimes they'd fall off. And I would use double-sided sticky stuff on them, or we glue them. It just depends on the day. Dan would have an audition, so he'd be like, "Don't glue the nails on." I'd be like, "Okay," but it was a key thing to getting that look right, and I always loved that feel of having those broken long nails put on, and I'd paint them the night before, and but they look great,
Oh yeah, totally. And I love that shot that just happened where he's lifting up the axe, and then like the camera transitions to this different angle. It's I don't know who. I'm sorry, who is the editor on this?
That was
Guys?
What's wrong?
Carl Winery was our editor. That shot was actually I think Freddie Heath came up with that one. I think that was on his cam.
That was an excellent transition.
We also saw the hooded Jason there for a moment.
Zach
saw that.
Takes it off
And that-
looks better.
That again, I know I've said this before, but that was the first night when I'm not even really paying attention to the monitor, but that was that first night where we were shooting, and it just the way Dan moved and came at her, and I was like, I got chills that night. I was like, that was Jason. And that's when you feel like you're doing something right.
Why'd they have to go this way?
Elizabeth was a trooper that night. She was tied to that tree, and it was freaking cold. Remember that? That was
Oh yeah.
That was
Yeah, because that
really
was a
cold
different
night.
day.
So
When you look back
now-
and you shoot a movie for 3 years, all the different weather that you overcome
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
trying to get all these different shots.
Now, are we at a different location than your family's property, or is this the same area?
Well, depending on the clip, it's kind of back and forth. Like now we're back at in Woodland. Before, when they're in the woods, that was on the property. We had where we built the cabins was down the hill from the barn in the wooded area, which was quite the trek every night going up and down. Luckily, we had ATVs that I could attach a trailer to, and we could haul lights and gear down the hill with the ATV.
I was just about to call you.
Yeah, we got another one.
Let me guess, Bobby Walker alive?
Yeah, no, she's dead.
One of the things I always tried to bring down was the little propane heater.
Somewhat bigger.
Oh yeah.
It didn't always work, but it was one of those little lifesavers that people would kind of huddle around.
This makes 3 of them.
I try to sit on that ATV with a big blanket, and
Sleeping
just
bag.
over there. With hey, Dad, you okay? Yeah, I'm okay. Yeah, you all right? Yeah, I'm fine.
And we had some cold nights. I mean, we had some really cold nights, and hats off to these people who when James Sweet says, "Hey, we're gonna go film in fucking December," they're like, "Okay, we'll see you there." That's pretty fucking cool,
This won't take long. All right. You watch your ass.
It's definitely shows heart and dedication and passion for this.
It's me.
Yeah. Well, and it's funny is that I know Anna.
And you fucking left
I
him?
told her that she should wear like a long sleeve undershirt more like Katie Sackhoff in Longmire to go underneath her thing, and we first shot in August, so it was really hot, and she's like, nah, I'm good. She's like, God damn it, I wish I would have changed my mind on that one.
Now, hey Kyle, I got a question for you. Did you ever on set just go walk out by yourself in the middle of the darkness to just kind of whatever?
I did, but I never made it that far because it was scary. Especially, there are sounds out in the woods, and there were real live coyotes that would howl at times. It was perfect. But Dan, it's a great question, Dan. I did probably wander, like 15 feet into the darkness, and then I said, nope, that's enough. It was really helped.
That one part along the fence line, and it was all like, yeah, no. It was an eerie part of that's what I felt,
What the hell is going on?
Well, we did, when the coyote packs were out.
I can't believe this shit's happening.
Really,
So nuts after all.
we would stop filming.
Come on, let's move.
Sound would roll, but we would stop in between filming, and you would just hear this wicked pack of coyotes just howling away. It was intense, when it's 2 a.m. and you're out there in the woods.
Oh yeah, I can imagine. Were you ever kind of scared for your life?
No, I wouldn't say that. Mostly just scared for my sanity. Wondering, what the hell was I thinking when I got into this? But I think everybody over the long period of time filming this, we all, had the same end goal in mind, and that's we'll get this done, and we're gonna walk through the fire with you, and that's how this happened. It was everybody's passion for what it was that we were doing.
So the crate Jen found.
What if it is?
Jonathan Davis asks, are you guys down for a collaboration with other fan films and put a box set out? I've been hearing that a lot lately.
I know I've heard, people have talked about that, and I think it'd be great. One thing that, I know Tom McLaughlin has said to me is these fan films are really filling this void, and we're in that time frame where, maybe not now or tomorrow, but down the road, these things will have a huge place in history for Friday the 13th.
It's funny you say that. I was actually just talking to, I don't know if you know who Chad Sumner is. He actually plays Jason in my film. And I was telling him the exact same thing. I was like, dude, years down the road, they're going to probably make documentaries on this shit. Like when no one could make, when Hollywood couldn't make these, the fans will. And, you'll get to look at the start of it. You can look at Vincent and then you and so many others. And, that's a part of history, dude. And we're a part of that. And that's crazy.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think it's a great time, and we'll see what happens down the road. But I think they should do some sort of box set, or even along the lines of when the franchise fixes itself, that they're a part of the special features. They put them on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Jerry Bell. We love Jerry Bell.
So I think for one of the reasons in that one part where Jerry was kind of doing a cadence and a trot with a rifle, he couldn't really overexert himself at that point during filming because he had a really bad bout with COVID. And he was still kind of on the mend. I think didn't you guys want to have him running?
Yeah, I think I was pushing him a little bit more, and he, like you said, he had this tough time. COVID really took him down, and his voice was changed a little bit. It was was tough to get fully recovered from that when we were filming. But yeah, I think you're right, Dan.
Yeah. But no, I actually saw him 2 weeks ago. He's doing really good. He's way better now. So, but yeah, it was hard for him. He had to do a lot of sitting down and not a lot of, after a couple rounds of swinging at each other, he'd, have to take a little bit of extra time to sit down and stuff.
And that spine rip scene we just saw when this premiered in the theater, people were jumping up and down, banging. They lost that place went nuts. That spine rip. And didn't the spine rip scene win best, kill in one of the festivals, James?
Yes. Oh, well, I don't know if it didn't win, but it was
nominated
for Days of the Dead for the spine rip.
Dude, he pulls his spine out, and the eyeball is still attached, dude. I'm just loving it. Speechless.
The first night that they used the dummy part of Jason Reynolds, they had it set up in this one position. I come to set and I go around and I'm like, one, I freak for a second, and then two, I realize it's Jason, and then three, I realize it's the dummy. So it was pretty much like, man, that's great work.
Yeah, no, that's a beautiful piece. I still have that in the garage, and I love that piece. It's fun. I was like, well, now I can put Reynolds in another film, and we can use his silicone piece, and we'll just use it as a prop and kill him again.
In regards to like the fog and everything, how many fog machines do you have set up to create that? Because cameras, they don't, it's kind of hard for cameras to pick that up.
Well, what we use is propane foggers.
Oh, okay.
That way, because we don't have to have power in the woods, so we use those propane type foggers. They're little handheld ones that we use, and we went through quite a few of them. I think we went through like 4 or 5 of them because they get clogged up, and you'd have to, you pray that it gets through the night sometimes, but it's those are just cheap ways to get it done when you don't have a generator, and a lot of times you couldn't because you couldn't get a generator to be quiet enough when you're doing dialogue. So started out with that generators, and it was always just a problem. So I was smart enough to figure out, hey, why don't we do something without power?
It's a pretty fucking smart idea, man. No, I like it. It helps set the mood and everything.
I mean, the only one where we went back to a powered one, Carl had a really nice beefy one, was towards the end stuff in the barn. Mm-hmm. Because the propane ones weren't cutting it because there's a little bit of wind going on, and the powered one really made up for it. So, but every other time it was all, anytime you see over water and in the woods, that's all propane foggers.
It's pretty cool.
A lot of love for Dan in the chat, saying he's one of the best Jasons put to screen.
No, thank you. It means a lot. It was a lot of fun, and I don't know. I had a lot of fun playing that character. I really, honestly, a lot of fun. Like when James asked me to do this Jason Rising fan film thing years ago, I was like, yeah, sure. I like Friday the 13th stuff. And just as it just spiraled, things changed. We got money and this and that, and as it evolved, I'm going on this ride in immersing myself in as much of Friday the 13th, franchise and lore as much as possible. It's really cool. It's a really great learning, just history of the series and all the writers and actors. It was awesome. It's it was a really fun ride, and something that I took a lot of pride in doing, and because you want to do your very best because you want to bring the best to this project, and eventually bring the best to the fans for something for everybody to enjoy and watch.
Yep.
That means a lot. And I couldn't have done it with guys without Kyle and James and all the other actors, because working with really great actors and scene partners and professionals on set, they just elevate your level too, which is great. And James is an actor's director. He's an actor too, and so he knew how to we could work with everybody and everybody on set very well, and that was a major plus.
And hats off to Kyle, because we just really brutalized his character. I remember one time he goes, "Why do you hate me so much?" Like, sorry, man. It's just for the fun of the film, right?
I might have at one time just said, "Can't you just let me die?" No. You'll thank us later, Kyle, but you.
And Kyle and Anna just had such a great they just had such a great dynamic. I thought they
really do.
Together.
Anna is also a great.
One of my favorite scenes right here. I love that shot.
Mine, yeah.
Anna is also a great actress. Another one that spent a lot of time in Los Angeles as an actress and Portland as an actress. And just like Dan was saying, Dan makes me better. Anna makes me better. The creepy forest is also contributed to making us all better actors because it's really creepy. We were oftentimes legitimately scared.
Oh, damn, bro. It's got your fingers hooking off.
Still hasn't healed right.
I remember we shot this in December too. This was a cold night.
Beautiful.
I think I had to use the fogger on this one because it's already natural.
It works really well because Anna Campbell, as the deputy, really does a lot of the heavy lifting as far as beating up Jason. Oftentimes I'm just laying in the dirt first, and she does a great job, like she just did with the chainsaw. It's a great scene.
I mean, Jason running with the chainsaw might be one of the scariest things I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Well, and that's the great thing is we haven't seen it before.
Nope.
And here's
it was kind of neat in the movie theater when it was just you could hear it and people were like, "No way!" You could see the music and stuff was neat.
Here's the star of the film right here.
Those women stink.
Hey, asshole.
Excuse me? Weren't you supposed to clean up that mess?
We had a lot of fun that night. That was a fun weekend. That was a weekend that Adrian
clearly said you were supposed to clean up.
can come up. I think everybody just had a blast.
Well, that's bullshit.
Hey, I bagged the day.
And I'm sure you guys know that, but behind the Playboy magazine, that's Vincent DeSanti.
Still not doing it.
Yeah.
You were such a lazy piece of shit. You hear that? That's the boss. He's gonna have your.
Like I was saying, I just saw this again last night, and I missed so many things. One of the things was James talking about the dick blood on the sign there. Somebody's got to clean this up.
Well, it was funny. The original dialogue we had, there was a lot of the dick blood, and every other line was the dick blood.
Oh, God.
Any luck?
Called Officer Richards.
cut the power.
What the fuck is that?
What the fuck is that?
What is that?
Get back and close the door. Close the door.
It's fine. Don't worry about it. I got it.
Didn't see that coming.
And you know, this scene would not have worked if Christina Cordum didn't do her magic like she does.
Mm-hmm.
She's an amazing makeup artist, and you know, she pulled this off. You know, and because we had the head and we had to match the makeup to the head, and she did amazing. Favorite line.
I never thought I'd have to do that again. Are you guys okay?
No, he needs a hospital.
That's my favorite line. I just love that one.
Find us. I live nearby.
It's that subtle sarcasm.
The boy. You should have stayed at the bottom of that lake.
Oh.
She was pissed. Pissed.
Who are you?
Like that homage to part 2.
Let's just say I have a history with the Voorhees family, and your father helped me at a time when I really needed it.
I always thought the old man was crazy.
He was anything but that.
Jill takes the head. It's personal. Great.
Personal.
Hey. What are you gonna do with that thing?
It's personal.
Now, she was great. It was a fun weekend.
Flamethrower says it's funny because Adrian is like the sweetest lady ever.
You're right.
Oh, she is. She is super
Sorry,
sweet.
I didn't realize until now.
She's great.
I never understood the burden you had to carry. I sure as hell feel it now.
I can't tell you how hard it was to sink that fucking crate.
I was just thinking that same thing. You wouldn't believe what it took.
I hope you find peace knowing that what you did for
What'd you have to do?
this town will never be forgotten.
To actually just
And I
aim and
swear,
pull it down.
as long as I'm breathing,
Oh,
It
shit.
would not go down on its own.
Joel says he loves how this rectified the mistake Friday 2 made by killing off Alice.
Yeah, that was, you know, I think Adrian feels like it's something that should have never happened, and, you know, why not fix it?
Yeah.
We have an opportunity to, and bring back one of the most iconic final girls and give her an extra life.
And some people were bent out of shape about that. You know, she's supposed to be dead. Like, is she?
There you are.
I think it made more sense when you get to watch the like when the box set came out and you get to see the deleted scene finally of her, like how the hit goes through the nose and how she could have survived it. So I kind of it made more sense at that point.
Yeah, and that was one of the things that we kind of went off of, and not only that, but with, you know, the opening scene with the deleted ending of the final chapter, we took from that as well when you know, the line was, "I'd be fucked up too if I found my mom dead in a bathtub." You know, that was a cut ending from the final chapter.
Yeah.
And so, you know, we kind of went with that and utilized those cut deleted scenes that made it work for our story.
Oh, absolutely. No, I like it, man. I can't wait to see I can't wait to hear more information on when Jason Rising 2 gets is anything officially announced yet?
No, not yet.
Okay.
It's definitely being discussed, but again, it's about the story first.
Yeah.
And we, you know, is what we can create. Is it going to have the same passion and feel that we put into the first one? And that's what I want.
Yeah.
Right.
Because it, you know, I don't want to do it just to do it. I want it to the same feeling of why I did the first one. And I think that's the most important.
That makes a lot of sense. Not just because this was successful just to make another one, but to make another one because you have that passion and drive behind you to feel like it's necessary to make another one, not just to get more, you know, popular or whatnot, but to actually enjoy what you're doing, love the story you're telling, and deliver on it.
Yeah, and you know, obviously having, you know, done this, you have the experience and the knowledge to where it's not going to take 3 years to put out another one, but you know, you still want the same amount of love put into it, you know, and I think everybody would feel that way.
Yeah, no, I think it's a great showing. I mean, so this released last year. So you started this project back in 2018.
When I first conceived the idea of doing it, it was October of 2017, right when, you know, it was right before Never Hike Alone came out.
Oh, okay.
And I had committed to the idea, and I had my friend Robert Blanche, you know, who, you know, wanted to write it with me, and he was going to direct it. And, you know, after I saw Never Hike Alone, I was like, okay, well, this is the first Friday the 13th fan film that I've seen so far that had the highest production quality. And I thought, well, this is definitely, now the bar is set, so you kind of have to look at it like that, and take influence from what Vinny did with Never Hike Alone, because it was, you know, that was a trailblazing moment for Friday the 13th fan films.
I think fan films in general.
And fan films in general. I mean, I remember when Dirty Laundry came out with Tom Jane and Ron Perlman.
Oh, yeah.
About the Punisher, which was amazing. You know, Sandy Calora did Batman Dead End with Predator versus Batman. And that was amazing. So, you know, there was a lot of potential that I saw with fan films that could really, you know, set, I guess, a good flag in as far as telling a unique story, but making it, I guess, people having a desire to want to watch it.
Yeah.
Same with Predator Dark Ages, you know. Those are great fan films.
Oh yeah. I think like this whole Friday the 13th movement with the fan films, I love the fact that everyone has so many different stories, so many different ways that they view the franchise. Some want to continue from actual films from the franchise. Some just want to do their own thing, but kind of acknowledge what has happened in the lore. And I just, you know, I can't get enough of it.
Yeah, and it's like the love of the way the fans are. They each have their own that they gravitate towards, whatever time frame or age they are. They all gravitate towards their favorite one that they remember. Same with Star Wars. It's kind of the same thing. Some people love the prequels, some people hate the prequels, some people love the original. Same thing. And with Friday the 13th, each one is different. There's not two Friday the 13th films that are the same. They each have either a different camp, a different set of characters. It really until we go back to Jason Lives is where it kind of carries. Well, I guess part 5 carries on the Tommy Jarvis character, but it's still kind of its own story with its own unique set of characters. And I mean, people have given me shit left and right for the fact that I put headless zombie Pamela in ours, but yet Jason can go to Mars and shit. And it's like, come on, guys. We made a horror movie. You gotta, you have a bald, retarded kid in a hockey mask coming back from the dead. I think we can take our minds off the reality portion with that alone, and we can throw, Sleepy Hollow Pamela into the mix.
I have no complaints. I liked it all. So whatever they want to do. I got a question from Elise. She says, Dan Kyle, what was the biggest challenge while filming a certain scene?
Oh, great question.
And Elise is one of our backers, I believe.
Yeah, thank you, Elise.
Yes, thank you, Elise.
God, what was? Yeah, I'd say the cold, initially the cold weather, and definitely trying to dipping yourself in the lake when it was really cold was tough, because after getting out, and then luckily the place that we had, they had camp showers, so I was able to take a hot shower before but just the initial the anticipation of getting in that cold lake was brutal, because it's going to be uncomfortable, but you suffer for your art or whatever. But you suffer with your classmate. And Lisa was really good, and we kind of helped each other through that, because she was just as cold as I was. But one moment, busting through the door, it was a balsa wood door, and James, correct me on this, we only had one. And they're extremely expensive, and they're more expensive to ship. I think what was shipping, $1,100?
Yeah, it was a little less than that, but close.
But the shipping was almost as much as the door. And the scene was me, busting out of the balsa wood door, and they had set it up, and I'm in the back, and they have everything set up, and there's this little, I had to kind of crunch and go out kind of sideways type of thing. And I didn't know any of this one door, one shot magic stuff. So I'm back there, and I think it was Daniel or somebody with the radio just to, let me know when action is. And James like something like, all right, we got one shot at this one door. You can do it, Dan. And I just started hyperventilating, and I just want it to look good. And they yelled, and he said, hey, I might bust out of here in 5 seconds or 12 seconds. I don't know. So I didn't want to hit my head, and I didn't want to get stuck, because then it would have just been. And I was really nervous, and he said, roll it, and I just let it go and did it, and it turned out. So that was very stressful couple minutes before, because we only had one shot at that thing. So.
It turned out great, and everyone on set was stressed out and on pins and needles. And after we heard cut, we all cheered. And Dan did just a great job, because it was a one shot. And if it didn't come out, oh well. And it's a great scene in the film. It's really quick, and that's just the way filmmaking works. Is you don't often understand how much time and effort went into a scene that you see for 1 second. Dan did so much great work, including busting out of that door and just making it better than anyone could have expected.
And that's
it was great. Everybody was cheering.
What's that?
I said it was great. Everybody was cheering as soon as we said cut.
And then going back to what James, host James, was talking about, like ever feeling like, like actors not wanting to see what they look like, and that was always my, I don't want to look like Dan Kyle running out of that, and I feel like some sort of, but it turned out. So I didn't mind running over to Video Village there and looking. I was like, okay, good. It looks good. You guys are happy. I'm happy. So.
Well, if it didn't work out, it would just been James over the weekend copying and pasting the Indiegogo link again, trying to raise more money.
Buy me a door.
We need another door, guys. Come on.
That's crazy. That's crazy. But
That
no,
was
that sounds like
great.
you guys had a good time.
We had a blast. I mean, overall, it was a opportunity of a lifetime, an experience that you'll never forget. At the very end, you know, it was done with the best of friends and people that I didn't know are now great friends. And you know, you created I think Kyle mentioned in our behind the scenes, it was a twisted, dysfunctional family that, you know, to this day, I'm always like, hey, you know, I always try to connect with everybody as much as I can.
Doomsday's Crypt says, I mentioned in another stream, Headless Pam definitely opens the Evil Dead crossover, if wanted in sequel, if what they were going for.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I didn't put the Book of the Dead in, you know, Jason Goes to Hell. That was somebody else. I just kind of went with it, you know. I love Evil Dead too, so, and I didn't want it to be like this huge homage.
Yeah.
Goes to Hell, but I wanted it to be a subtle thing as an Evil Dead fan myself, and I thought it works. I mean, Pamela kind of is a Deadite, right?
Yeah,
I'd agree.
Absolutely.
Not saying she is,
right, but it could.
She could
happen. Cool. Well, any other questions in the chat down below?
Let's see if I missed any.
Going for about an hour and a half now, and
what I think we should have done was, after Adrian or Alice kills Jason, we should have ripped off the hockey mask, and it would have been just a huge mustache, and it was actually Thomas Daltrey. Been like a Roy moment for us. I think that would have been brilliant.
The big old Sam Elliott
stash.
Yes.
We would have gotten some comments on that.
Oh man. so
and
now
I would have gotten away with it too.
I have a question for you, James. So your film's been out for a while. You know, obviously in terms of views, it's looked at to be pretty successful. Now, what are some of the worst things you've heard about your film?
I mean, you know, there's people who just hate fan films, period.
Yeah.
Who won't give it the time of day, no matter whether it's good, bad, or whatever. They just hate the idea of it. And they won't, you can't please everybody with these things.
Mm-hmm.
Even if it's not a fan film. I mean, look at how many different people love Part 8, how many people love Part 7.
Yep.
You know, the list goes on. If you can go into it understanding that you're not going to please everybody, you just have to put out the best thing you can and be, you know, just feel good about what it is you're doing. It's no different than putting a song out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Not everybody's going to love the song. Not everybody's going to connect to it, but you have to just
take a shot,
feel good about it, you know, and
yeah.
Obviously everybody's going to get comments. I mean, every fan film's, you know, they don't love all of them. You're not going to hit a home run to where everybody loves it. And that's just the reality. I've heard some negative shit, but it is what it is. You know, some of those are just trolls.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of, these things are kind of funny though, because it's like one of those things where it's like people talk so much shit about people who try to do this, but then they don't, you know, get up and try to do it themselves. So I just kind of laugh at it. It's just, you know,
I try not to read, like, sometimes Carl gets into those a little bit more because he kind of mans the YouTube stuff and he sees more of those comments, and I try to just stay away from it because it you know, and I appreciate all the positive stuff. I obviously we all want the positive comments on it, and I know that, and I'm okay if somebody says, hey, you know, I appreciate the effort, it wasn't for me. Okay, I'm totally fine with that. I have no
Yeah.
issue. You don't have to like this film. It wouldn't, and there's several reasons why you may not like it.
Mhm.
And we knew that going in. But we took our risk and we put out our story, and people who love it. People who don't like it usually hate it. It's kind of like a Guns N' Roses album,
Chinese Democracy.
Exactly.
I kind of like that album a little bit, but it's okay. Any other questions, Matt, by chance? Do you have anything you want to ask? Anything else? Anyone in the
looks like Doomsday say it was different seeing Vince not playing Jason with Never Hike Alone films and seeing somebody else, I guess that's what he's saying.
Yeah, how long was Vincent there for a majority of the filming and the production?
No, he was there for the opening scene where he was the arm coming out of the box to grab Old Man Daltrey.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And when we see Jason inside the crate, that's actually Dan. Those were two different shots. So it's just the magic of editing. We were able to capture that, but there's some of this stuff when Pamela kills Evelyn, Serena's sister. He was there for that, and then the end weekend with the barn stuff. That's when Vinny was, but that was the only time he was actually. It was just him in the shirt and set of nails, and we made that work.
Awesome.
Nice.
Thank you very much, John. I appreciate it. You're a kind gentleman. You're a very kind gentleman. I like it.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Yeah. I'm trying to think. I feel like I've asked everything I need to ask you guys. I mean, it's been a great time getting to know you guys, and
Definitely has.
Love the movie. I hope to hear an announcement soon for a part 2. If you get that itch to go back and try it again, or do it again, I should say. There was no trying here. Yeah, great job, guys. I love the performances, the acting.
Not only that, but you're going to be seeing My Special Boy here soon, and I'm sure you're going to be doing the same thing, right?
October 28th, so 4 months and 2 days from today.
All right.
Nice. You going to do a premiere on YouTube and all that?
Yeah, we're going to have our premiere here in California the week prior, and then we'll be releasing it October 28th on YouTube. Yeah, we'll premiere. Yeah. So I'm excited. I'm a little nervous, just because it's been a long road. It's been just a crazy ups and downs. It's movie making, and it's wonderful, but it's stressful.
Yep.
Yeah, I have no idea what you're talking about.
No, he has no idea. He has no idea. I have more gray hair now than I did last year for sure. But it's okay.
It'll be worth it.
Yeah, no, it's a love struggle.
Yes, it's all worth it.
You got it. Yeah.
Cool. Well, thank you once again, guys, for taking the time to do this. James, I know you and I it's been brought up about Tom, discussing yours and Tom's project.
Yeah. No, I had mentioned to Tom, and I think if we can set up a time, that'd be great. We can talk about sort of what it is we're doing about our little, I guess it's a prequel, but it's sort of a series idea with young Pamela and how she gave birth to Jason and raised him, and it's an interesting story. It's definitely dark and unique, and I'd love to talk about it.
I really, I want to know more, because I'm very curious. Me being Michael, that's awesome. You are awesome as well. Me being someone who's very much a big fan of the whole Pamela Voorhees character, I really want to know what you guys are have in store with this. And of course, you've seen our Pamela is redhead, so we go a little different. I know, but I just love the character, so I'm excited to hear more from you and Tom.
Awesome. Yeah, no, I'd love to share it. And Tom's a great talker. He has a way with really expressing, detail and passion for film, and with all his knowledge that he has, it's pretty cool, being able to, I just kind of absorb his knowledge, when we have our meetings.
That's awesome. Yeah, awesome. I cannot wait. Once again, thank you guys for taking the time out of your day to come here and watch this with us and discuss the making. And it was a pleasure, guys. Thank you.
Definitely was. Thank you very much.
Thank you guys for having us, and thank you to all the people who took time to view the film again.
Yeah, thank you guys for having us. And again, a special thanks to every single one of our backers at every level. We literally could not have done this without them. And this wasn't about making money, because we did not, but we paid for things. So thank you guys for having us on.
Thanks for coming. Thanks.
Yeah. You guys have a great Sunday, and I'm sure we'll talk again soon.
Absolutely.
All right. Thanks, guys. Have a good night.
Guys.
Thank you.
Peace. We're still live. Oh, we are.
Yes,
still
we
live.
are.
Oh, yeah, we are live. We're not going to stop it. They're going to bounce, and we're going to keep going for a minute.
For a minute.
I was confused as fuck just now. I was like, wait. What are we doing? Are we stopping?
No, I just erased them and just talk about how it went. Yeah, obviously,
totally.
A little struggle in the beginning.
Hey, man, it's all live. You never know what's going to happen live. Someone could have shot bullets through my garage door right here, and I'm here though, dude. I actually did a few years back. I did a trailer reaction to Venom, and dude, I could have sworn I heard gunshots. And you actually see me in the trailer. I stop, and I look over, and I'm kind of terrified.
Damn.
Yeah, that was real. It gets real out here in Cali, bro.
I feel you, dog. Well, it gets real where I'm at too. I mean, there's a lot of shootings and murders.
God,
in a small town, small gangster town. It's Christian. What's up, buddy? Says I watched The Black Phone and it was really good. So it was more than really good, my friend.
Movie of the year so far. Now, someone did comment on my post and say, "Well, have you seen Top Gun yet?" And I'm like, "Well, no, I have not, but I have no interest."
Yeah, honestly, no. I'm probably won't watch Maverick. I don't really care. Nothing against the movie. It probably is really good. It's just not my cup of tea, not my speed. So I'm probably not going to watch it.
It's not my speed.
Not my speed, man. I'm a Keanu Reeves. Wait, is that Keanu Reeves?
It is.
And then it's not Keanu Reeves. So shut up. Elvis, I heard that was pretty good.
I did hear Elvis was pretty good. Actually, I heard that was like the best biopic ever made.
The Black Phone didn't make as much money as I wanted, but I guess $23 million for a weekend, I guess it's gonna have to do.
That's pretty good for a horror movie.
It was fucking amazing. My wife was like, "You liked it?" I was like, yeah.
Dude, it's good. Like
I was like, "Why didn't you like?" She was like, "Well, she never saw a trailer, so she didn't even know what it was about. So maybe that had something to do with it."
Oh, she didn't really know what to expect going into it.
No, I said, did you think this was gonna be like a slasher like type of movie? She was like, "Yeah, kinda." So that might have been why.
I'm going to say so. I'm going to say that's probably why.
I thought it was amazing. The score was really creepy, eerie. Ethan Hawke was amazeballs.
I love the way, dude, Ethan Hawke, the way he was talking in that, it was just really talking really gentle. It was just really weird.
Then he just breathed really deeply. He's like, he said, "What'd you put in it?" Salt and pepper.
Salt and pepper. Yeah, I know, right?
Fucking lost it.
Oh man, dude, that movie is pretty awesome.
It's pretty fucking good.
I was gonna do a review on it, but you know what? Nah, I'll just say it's good.
I did. It's doing pretty good.
Oh, you did?
Surprisingly.
Sick, man.
I thought this was pretty good. I think it would have been better if I didn't know we didn't know Drum Dums was going live at 8:00 as well, which kind of hurts. Oh, shut up. Obviously, that hurts some of it because most of the people watch him. So.
Yeah. No. Hey, it's all good, man. It's all good.
All good in the hood, bro.
It's all good it's all good, man. Like, it was good. No, it was good having these guys, and I want to say thank you, James, if you're still watching. Cool. If you're not, no worries. But thanks, James, for bringing on Kyle and Dan and everything.
Awesome.
It It was really kind of you to get some additional people to talk about this experience, man. And it sounds like they had a great time. And I'm glad that I did understand and catch that the whole outside of the Crystal Lake area is not so
foggy.
And then, but like when you're in there, it's just moody and just. I'll go with Dave McRae's lines, atmospheric, and you know,
it was good.
Yeah,
I know, like you said, I've heard people obviously the headless Pamela kind of turns them off. The fact that Alice is there turns them off. It's a fan film. It's personal preference.
The headless Pamela, it did throw me off a little bit. I'm not gonna lie, but it wasn't like a deal breaker. It wasn't like a make or break moment that like made me be like, okay, I'm out of the movie now. I don't care about anything moving forward or what's happened earlier. No. It wasn't like that. It's new. It's unique. It's different. You know, would I have made that choice? No, but it's not my movie.
Yep.
And they made that movie, and it's fucking.
Jason
awesome.
Jason was awesome. Probably no disrespect to Vincent and Ghost Jason, but I think this Jason is the best one that I've ever seen in a fan film, in my opinion, of course.
I'm gonna agree.
For now.
I can't plug my movie. Like, it was kind of like how we talked earlier, like being that I'm making a Friday the 13th film. Like I can't really say those sort of things.
You ain't plugging it. I am.
People are gonna start pointing and be like, "Dude, you're just trying to say your shit's this and that." And it's like, no, I love everyone's attempt.
I'm not connected to your movie, so
you're not.
Nope. So I can say whatever I want.
Okay, for the moment, at least.
Yeah, for the moment, I'm not connected.
That's right. All right, cool. I know because he said My Special Boy earlier. I was like, fucking, oh god, he's doing it.
I had to show respect.
I appreciate it, man.
Where'd it go? By the way, during this whole thing, I got a new member. Mr. John of Doomsday's Crypt became a member, so thank you.
Look at that.
I have to add you to the Patreon list, and I appreciate that. And now that I have 10, I will do a raffle, and the winner will get a brand new Facci Cinema t-shirt. So I'll do that soon.
Jason Vader says, thank you for doing this. No, well, thank you for being here. That's most important, is that, you know, we had people come out and talk, like, want to hear what they have to say, the makers of this awesome fan film, you know. So I have one complaint with this movie, that it's going to be an actual complaint. I wanted to see more, and I wish it was like about 33 minutes longer.
Hour and a half.
Yeah, like an hour and a half, but I understand why it's not, because of budgetary reasons.
Yeah. I could have definitely seen more. Jason killed a lot of people.
He did, yeah, and that's the thing with My Special Boy. It's gonna be in the same time frame as this film around. Mm-hmm. It's gonna be right now. The cut's 1 hour and 5 minutes and 37 seconds or something. But like, we might have to trim some stuff down, and you know. So all in all, James, team, everyone.
Oh, but the poll. I didn't want to give the rating while they were there, because that's kind of weird. But
that is
the rating. I think it was. Let me see if pulled up. It is 43% gave it a 5 and 57% gave it a 3 to 4. So there was no 1 and 2s and no 0s. Damn. So average probably 4 out of 5, which I think is what I gave it.
Sorry, you gave it a what?
I think I gave it a 4 out of 5 whenever I reviewed it, or maybe I gave it 4.
I don't remember what I did, but based on this watch, I would give it 4 out of 5.
Nice. Pamela and Alice weren't deal breakers at all. Continuity hasn't been a Friday strong suit. That is true. That is true, my friend.
Yes. Yeah, you know, I like
that's true. All right. So let me see what else we don't. I have a behind the BTM podcast scheduled for second week of July, as of now. That was the Jason Lives watch with Chad, because he really wanted to come on to watch that, since it's his favorite movie of all time.
On you?
What? What? If James can't make it, I'll do it alone. I don't really give a shit.
No, I'll be there, bro.
Wait there.
What day is that?
July 13th, I think.
Oh, I can't. I'll get an colonoscopy. I'm just joking. I'll be there, dude.
I was like, seriously?
No, I'm not yet. I mean, that's gonna be a requirement
Someday.
down the road.
Yeah. So we're gonna do Jason Lives, and then what do I got next week? What's next week? No, I got Zach Salazar coming on Tuesday.
Who?
We're gonna do a live commentary for Scream Legacy, which I'm excited for that.
Who?
Is what? You being a hater?
No, I say that about everybody, dude.
Zach
I
Salazar.
love Zach. Dude, Zach. Him and his team were kind enough to get this out to me Halloween night.
Yeah, I love that too. JP DiStefano, baby.
Yeah, I like that as well.
They'll be coming on in October. So we're gonna do a watch along for that too.
Who, JP?
Yeah.
Oh fuck yeah, dude. JP's a nice guy.
What else? What else I got? What about Silver Bullet? Watch alongs coming up, which I love Silver Bullet. That was one of the me and Brett and Jason Knight's gonna come on for that one.
Oh, sick.
That's pretty much it for right now.
I just want to throw this out there. Some of my favorite fan films I was just joking about Zach Salazar thing. Scream Legacy is one of my favorite fan films ever.
Oh, yeah. I got Jason Rising, It's Me, Billy, and Scream Legacy up there, and then I know Never Hike Alone has really good. Obviously, it's a high quality fan film, but
production qualities.
Yeah, I prefer the other ones, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's all personal preference. I mean, just kind of like how James Sweet was saying a little bit ago, you can't really please everyone. And
yeah,
even though I'm pleased, It's Me Billy has to be my favorite for the simple fact that it's the most fan film ever made.
Most fan film ever made, ladies and gentlemen.
Maybe not ever made, but like when it comes to the horror ones, I would say yeah.
I'd agree. I don't have anything else to fucking say to you.
That's okay. I've been talking a lot.
Yeah, I let this one up to you because I didn't know what to say.
Well, originally I was gonna plan something. I was gonna have a list of questions. I was gonna go off, this list of, and just ask them, and I didn't. I decided to just fucking freeball it and just go at it, and I'm glad I did.
See, buddy, I got your shirts finished.
Oh,
well, thank you. I have to pay you for those. So now I have four shirts here. I'll have 4 shirts now. One for myself, of course, and then one to be. I had to give one to somebody special, and then I'll raffle the one off, and I'll hang on to the other one for anybody else. Not that anybody wants to fucking wear it, because I don't even wear my own shirt. But James gets one automatically because he's cool like that. But that's all I got for tonight. I'm probably gonna go to bed soon because I got to get up super early tomorrow.
You know what? It is 7:00 for me, so I gotta go lift some weights.
It's 10:00 for me, and I gotta be up at 5:40. So I'll be going to bed soon.
Cool.
This was fun, buddy. Thank you for setting it up and getting all the people that came.
It was kind of your idea, I think. So
I mean, originally it was, but you had more pull than me, and you got him to bring Jason and the sheriff, and it was a good time.
James is just a very nice guy. He's a very sweet guy, and he's a kind gentleman. And
yep,
I just want to say thank you, James, for coming and then bringing other people as well.
It was fantastic. You guys have a great night. If you're watching after, hit the like button on either channel. Flip flop. Watch part on his. Watch part on mine. It don't fucking matter. Over there. Peace out. We're about to watch a guy get hit in the face and wheel down a bunch of steps. Have a good night.